Good morning, Stampers, and happy Thursday. It's 82 degrees here in Arizona, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There is not a cloud in the sky, and the weather is just perfect. I think the high today is only going to be 89, so we are in a cool down period, and it was really pleasant last night. Sorry about that, guys. I did not turn my what's it called? Do not disturb or whatever on. Sorry about that. Back to where I was. My husband took me out on a date last night. They have opened up the restaurants here in Arizona, and I am thrilled. We went to our favorite place called True Burger. Family-owned place. They only have 2 locations here in the Phoenix area, and their burgers are to die for. And they also happen to have some garlic parmesan French fries that are awesome. Didn't have those last night. I had a jalapeno burger wrapped in lettuce, no bun, but I did have some of my husband's fries. Sorry, couldn't help myself because they were sweet potato fries and regular potato fries. So I'm just a fry girl. I'm a grease and salt girl. So, okay, on to business. Here's the current host code. I am Teppy Schwartzel with Arid Desert Designs, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This host code, if you decide that you want to purchase some of the products today that I'm using, there will be links in, this will, after I'm done on Facebook, it will be posted to YouTube and also to my blog, and there will be links in those 2 locations for you to go directly to the products and order off of my website. Here's the current host code. This is usually good for a month, and it's good between the first day of the month and the last day of the month. It will also always be on the right-hand side of my blog post. I mean, my blog site. So, if you're purchasing under $150, please use the host code. If you're purchasing $150 or over, then you need to not use this host code, and then you will get all kinds of rewards and stuff from Stampin' Up. Okay, so one of the exciting things that is currently going on, our annual catalog will be available to the general public on June the 3rd, I believe it is. And let me just check that. And yeah, June the 3rd, because it's usually on a Tuesday. And hold on a second, I just have to respond to something. Okay, sorry. Our friends down in Mexico are trying to take care of our property, and he's sending me messages and trying to call me, so I'm really sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, what's going on right now is our brand new annual 2020-2021 annual catalog will be coming out to the general public on June the 3rd. Right now, if you are a demonstrator, you would have access to the PDF file. They have also started to bulk mail the annual catalog to those people that have either in my group or someone else's group. If you're a demonstrator or a discount shopper, you will be getting it. Again, it's bulk mail. Everyone is behind. I don't have it. Some people have them. So, you know, apparently when you're trying to send 50,000 catalogs out bulk mail, the mailing system just can't handle that. So just stick tight and you will be getting your catalog soon. if you are a discount shopper or a demonstrator. One of the things to know, if you are a customer, like I said, you will not have access to any of the products or any of the catalogs until June the 3rd. If you want to have access to those, then the way to do that is to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and again / discount shopper. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You can just become a discount shopper. It's $99 for the startup kit. That kit is your choice and your choice alone. In that kit, you'll get you will be getting for $99 $125 worth of product of your choice. We do not try to fit you into a, you can only buy these things in that kit. It is completely up to you. And you will also get a 1 month of paper pumpkin kit. You will get $50 worth of business supplies. Again, don't have to use those. That's just what they send out. And it's free shipping. And then on your next order, you will get 20% off of any future purchases. Okay, so enough of business. Let's get down to what we're going to be doing today. I'm not going to show you the card. I will show that to you afterwards. What we are going to be using is, and I thought, and this is from the January-June 2020 mini catalog. I know this is from the Peaceful Poppies suite. The suite won't be available, but the bundles, now it showed when I looked at the sheets of, these are the discontinued products, that the bundle was not going to be available for the Painted Poppies and the Peaceful Moments. But when I looked at the 2020-2021 annual catalog, these two are both in there as bundles, so you'll still get the 10% off. Awesome deal. The designer series paper will no longer be available. This, though, this is the seam binding. I absolutely love this seam binding. It's very pliable. The other thing is you can color it any color that you want. You use your Stampin' Blends to color it in, and you can match whatever you are, whatever card or paper product you are making. So again, the Painted Poppies and the Painted Labels, which that's an awesome set. I'm trying to see if this is coming up yet, so bear with me for a second. I need to find it. May 7th. No, that's not good. Let's go to videos and see if it's coming up there. I just want to make sure we're coming up, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. Come on. Why does it take so long? I'm sorry. Like you said, I just want to make sure this is... Oh, there it is. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you could see this. All right. This is the bundle, the Painted Poppies stamp set and the Painted Poppies Painted Labels dies. These are really good. But again, you can get these in a bundle or you can buy them separately. And then here's the Peaceful Moments and the Poppy Moments dies. Again, I saw them. They're still in, they can still be purchased as a bundle. So that is awesome news. Like I said, the paper unfortunately will not be available. It's gorgeous paper. They still might have it. If you go in and on the website, they still might have packages of that. The paper is $11.50, and I believe there's 12 sheets, 2 of each, and they're designs on both sides. So that's what we're going to be using today. We're using the Peaceful Moments and the Painted Poppies, and I'm going to be using, I think I used this particular stamp. And we also have the Painted Labels. That's what's in here. Okay, and we're going to be using I'm going to be using this label die, this one, okay, and I am using with Deepest Sympathy and Always Remember out of the Peaceful Moments, and these are the dies that come with the Peaceful Moments, okay? All right, now what we are using here is Rich Razzleberry, and let me get my bone folder, and we're going to, this is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2, and we are going to take that and get a nice crease. One of the things I found is if you're using lighter paper, see this Stampin' Up logo? That does come off, and it does come off on lighter paper. So be careful to use the non-decal side. Okay, now we are going to be using some of the Painted Poppies paper. This is the side I'm using. And this is the other side. I've used this for quite a few cards. I like that. And we are also going to be using a two pieces of Whisper White. This one is going to be, and again, I'll have the dimensions and everything. This is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's probably gonna, is that gonna go on the inside? 4 inches by 5 1/4. Which one? Are these the same size? Ah, yeah. Okay, so the Designer Series paper is also 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is gonna go on the inside, the 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then this is gonna go underneath the Designer Series paper. And that is going to be, I know I wrote this down. This is the outside. It's going to be 5 3/8. Yep, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, I just want a little bit of a white border to break it up from the Rich Razzleberry. Okay, and this is kind of a simple card. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this Designer Series paper with my multi-purpose glue. You can use any kind of glue that you want. I just like to use this because I don't always get everything on really straight all the time, and this gives me a little bit of wiggle room to be able to move my paper around and get it squared up so that your border is nice and even all the way around. Pick this up. That's pretty good. There we go. Okay. Now, what I'm also going to do is this is a piece of basic black, and I've made it longer, and the reason I do that is because then I can cut it off and it comes off right at the edge. So I'm just going to go ahead, and what I like to do when I'm gluing something that is that I'm going to cut off, because I don't want the glue to go over, I either put my fingernail up against the side that we're going to cut off, or I put my 2 fingers up against the card, and then when I turn it over, I stop gluing when I get up to that point. And I think I'm going to need a new thing of glue. Okay. Sure. Come on, just give me what, give me. Oh, shoot. I am really sorry. I think that one is a dead warrior there. Okay. And this will probably come flying out. Okay, let's try that again. And we're going to just set that up against there. And I'm going to make sure that it's up against the left-hand side, turn it over, and only glue up to where my fingers are, or my thumb and my index finger are. And I've got this probably maybe an inch up. Make sure it's straight all the way to the edge. Looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take the paper snips and turn the card over and cut right up to the edge. A little bit more. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and, as I said, this has been used before to make another card. And we're going to cut that off. And we are going to take this to the back. And it's a little crooked. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna take this ribbon. I leave it on the spool, and the reason I do that is so that I don't waste as much ribbon. And I'm going to bring it over, and we're gonna make a bow over here on the right, on the left-hand side. Again, you can make it on either side that you want it on. I can't believe I went ahead and did this. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this much easier on myself. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape this to the back of the card. And then I'm going to make a bow and then attach it, because on a card, I'm really not good at that. I'm much better if of course I have to figure out where the hell I am. Sorry about that. Yes, of course. Always a mistake when doing this live. Okay, so I'm just going to attach that. I'm going to take that to the other side, take it around to the back, cut it off, put some more tape on it. All right. There you go. Much better. Now what I'm going to do is I will just make a bow, and then I will attach it with a mini glue dot. And again, this ribbon is so nice and flexible and easy to make a bow with, unless you're doing it live. I mean, it's very pliable, and I'm going to buy bunches more of this because I will be using this a lot. It'll also, one of the other things is that when you have people that are just starting out and, you know, say they want to make a bow and put it on there, I know sometimes I end up making the bows for them. Trust me, this usually doesn't take this long to make a bow. But I think starting off with this kind of ribbon can really make it much more enjoyable for beginners to be able to see that they actually can make a cute little bow. See, look at that. That is so cute. Maybe I'll attach that. Let's see. Let's just go and cut this off here, and we'll see what it looks like on paper. And this is called the Whisper White Crinkled Seam Binding. It's so easy to work with. I'm going to just put that off to the side for right now. Again, scraps of Whisper White and a scrap of Rich Razzleberry. And this is the die that was used to make this particular label. And we are going to stamp it with Deepest Sympathy. And again, this is from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. And we are going to be using Memento black ink. And if I can get this open without ending up with it all over me. Okay, and we're going to take that label, and I kind of like to line it up with a straight edge. There we go. And we're going to take your chamois and get that cleaned off of there. I like to clean my stamps right away. I used to not do that. I mean, I've been stamping for decades, and they always looked a mess. And this chamois, awesome. All you do is put water in it, and it takes the ink off. And now it depends on the kind of ink that you use. All right, with Deepest Sympathies. Then we're going to take this, where'd my other label die go? It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, now what we're going to do with this die, this is going to go behind the sentiment label. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. This is a Kelly Atchison tip. And I use this a lot. You know, this keeps you from, not that I wouldn't love to sell you more product, but, you know, not everybody can afford to buy, you know, the die sets that have 25 different dies that are all I don't know what the word is, you know, like you'll have this die, you'll have another die that's exactly the same, but it's a little bit bigger, so that you can, you know, go ahead and outline some of your sentiment labels. So what we're going to do is just put some glue on the front of this, and we are going to attach it to the back of the sentiment. Get it lined up where you like it, so that you've got a little bit of edge all the way around sticking out. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for the bottom. I just think this is a nifty idea. And it really allows you to expand the use of your dies. Okay, and we're going to try and get that to look the same as the one on the top, or as close as possible. Okay, it's a little bit. All right, so there you have it. See, and that just gives it a little bit more dimension, makes it look a little bit better, and you would never know that you cut that in half. I think it looks fabulous. We're going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and going to, oh, I don't want those, I want the bigger ones. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to put 4 on here. And then I'm going to put 1 in the middle too, because then that'll stabilize the ribbon. And I'm going to take your pick tool and just get the paper backing off. Trust me, those things are all over the house. My husband, when he comes back, he goes, "What are these, all these little white octagonal things?" I said, "Those are the backings to some of my dimensionals adhesives." Okay, so that looks pretty darn straight. Now, where's my bow? There's my bow. And we are just going to attach the bow just above the other ribbon onto the the basic black. Yeah, it's a little bit long. Okay, and I need a mini glue dot, and I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to roll the dot up, and then what that does is it allows me to make sure that it is the glue is hidden behind the ribbon. And we're going to just put that little cute little bow right here. I'm attaching it to the cardstock just so it'll stick really well on the other ribbon. But I think you'll just get a little bit better adhesion on there, on the yeah, let's glue that down. Let's glue this to the front. All right. And again, I'm using the liquid glue. I like it. It just gives me some wiggle room time to get this all lined up and framed properly on the base. Make sure it's straight. Okay, and we're just going to press that down. Now, on the inside base, we're going to use the sentiment, always remember, and we're going to try and get that lined up as straight as I can. That looks pretty good. Okay, again, we're using our black Memento ink. And I just want to look at something here. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to put the always remember. I'm going to put it down just a little bit. And I pray that this is going to be straight. Pretty good. And we are also going to put one of the poppies on. And I'm going to use that one. I can get it out. Okay, there we go. I gotta tell you, these really stick. All right, and we're gonna again use the Memento black ink. Can't see. All right, and we're just gonna put this down in the corner. And then we have a scrap of the designer series paper, and I'm going to put that at the top. Again, it's a scrap, and it looks like I cut it to the same size, which is unusual for me. Let me put my lid back on here. And get my glue. Just a nice decoration for the inside. Again, pick it up, make sure it looks pretty straight to me. Oops, and I just slid it off. That's easy enough to do. And that looks like I got it cut pretty close. I'm not seeing, no, there's a little bit there. Okay. I kind of took a little chunk out of the cardstock. Okay, all right. And that is going to go inside. Again, using my liquid glue. Make sure we're facing in the right direction here. Again, what I like to do is line up the bottom and the two sides, and that should pretty well get you straight and get you lined up all the way around when you line up that way. Again, I like to do it this way. Some people hold it in their hand to do it. And, you know, whatever works. Okay, the last part of this is we are going to use the Pearl Basic Jewels. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to put a big old pearl right here. And let's see if I can use a smaller one, maybe inside of some of these poppies, just to add a little bit of interest. And usually I use odd numbers, and again, that is a design element that has always been used to keep the eye moving around, and odd numbers just seem to be much more aesthetically pleasing. So here you go with Deepest Sympathy. And always remember, I think it's a beautiful card. Sorry that it's a sympathy card, but sometimes we need those. I know these are trying times, and I really appreciate your spending time with me today. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me. We would love to have you join the team. It's a great group of ladies, and I think there are a couple of men that we're all over the country, and we have training sessions. My upline is absolutely phenomenal. I've been in other groups, not with Stampin' Up, but other companies, and I've never had such great training. She's always responsive. She's always there whenever you need her. And I will try to emulate that if you decide that you want to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator and or a discount shopper. We would love to have you come on board. We've got some beautiful products. And just remember, the brand new catalog is coming out June the 3rd. You don't want to miss out on that. And if you join now, you can actually get into some of the pre-order products, which are things that Stampin' Up released before the annual catalog. They're going to be in the annual catalog, but you'll have early access to them. That's another thing that's great about being a demonstrator or a discount shopper, is you have early access to a lot of the products that are released. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. All of this will be up on YouTube and also on my blog with the measurements and links to the products. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Bye.